Jungkook, the cold, feared mafia king, dangerous to the world but soft-hearted for his wife. YN, a strong, independent CEO of a luxury fashion empire. Known for her elegance, intelligence, and unmatched charm. YN never imagined her life would change so drastically. She was running one of the most successful fashion houses in the city, sitting in her glass-walled office, discussing numbers and designs, when her father's old debts came knocking. But not in the form of a banker, rather in the form of Jungkook, the most feared mafia boss. Her father had borrowed money from him years ago, and now Jungkook demanded repayment, not in cash, but in marriage. YN hated the idea of being tied to a criminal. Yet when Jungkook entered her life, everything shifted. He wasn't just dangerous, he was magnetic. The way his sharp eyes softened when they looked at her made her heart race in ways she never expected. YN sat in her glass office, flipping through files, when her secretary nervously entered. "Ma'am, someone is here to see you." Before she could reply, the doors burst open. A man in a black suit, sharp eyes like a predator, walked in. Jungkook, the infamous mafia boss. Her blood froze. She had heard about him. People feared even whispering his name. "I believe your father owes me," he said smoothly, sliding a file onto her desk. "5 years ago, he borrowed from me. And now, it's time to pay." YN's brows knitted. "I can pay you in money. Name your amount." Jungkook smirked, leaning closer. "I don't want money. I want you." Her heart skipped. YN. "What?" Jungkook. "Marry me. That's the deal." Their marriage was nothing like a fairy tale. YN hated him for forcing her. Jungkook was cold, unreadable, always surrounded by danger. Yet he never touched her without consent, never disrespected her boundaries. At dinners, YN would purposely ignore him, busy with her phone. Jungkook would just watch her with an amused smile. "Jungkook. You know, princess, ignoring me doesn't make me disappear." YN. "You're my husband on paper, Jungkook. Nothing more." He chuckled. "We'll see about that." YN was used to control, independence, and making her own decisions. Jungkook, on the other hand, was used to giving orders and having the world obey. She snapped at him for interfering in her business. "You may be my husband, Jungkook, but my company isn't your mafia playground." Instead of being angry, Jungkook smirked, leaning closer. "I don't care about your business, sweetheart. I only care about you." Though she rolled her eyes, her heart skipped a beat. He was frustratingly charming. One night, YN returned late from a meeting. She looked exhausted, shoulders slumped. Jungkook, sitting in the living room with a glass of whiskey, silently watched her. "Did you even eat today?" he asked. She rolled her eyes. "Not your concern." Yet when she walked away, he followed, grabbing her wrist gently. "Sit. I'll get you dinner." YN froze. This wasn't the cold-hearted mafia boss people spoke about. This was someone else. He cooked ramen for her, awkwardly, clumsily, but she couldn't help but smile watching him struggle. That night, Jungkook realized something terrifying. Her smile made his chest ache. The mafia world wasn't safe. Rivals learned about Jungkook's CEO wife, and targeted her. One night, YN's office was attacked. Men stormed in, trying to kidnap her. Just when she thought it was over, Jungkook appeared, guns blazing, ruthless. His enemies fell one by one, and when it was over, he ran to her side. "Are you hurt?" His voice cracked with fear. His hands shook as they cupped her face. I'm fine," she whispered, stunned at the raw panic in his eyes. That night, Jungkook couldn't sleep. He sat beside her, watching her breathe. He realized something he had never admitted before. "If I lose her, I lose myself." For the first time, YN saw the vulnerability in the Mafia King's eyes. That night, their walls broke, and love slipped in between the cracks of fire and ice. What YN didn't notice was how Jungkook started changing. He found himself waiting for her smile, watching her talk passionately about her company. A mafia king who had no time for feelings, was falling in love. Instead of fighting each other, YN and Jungkook learned to fight together. With her sharp mind for business, and Jungkook, with his ruthless power, became an unshakable team. Days turned into weeks. Jungkook's walls kept crumbling. He started dropping her at work, using the excuse of protection. He began attending her fashion shows, sitting quietly in the back, eyes only on her. When men tried flirting with her at events, Jungkook's jaw would tighten, his possessiveness slipping through. One night, YN confronted him. "Why do you keep following me everywhere?" He smirked, but his voice was softer than ever. "Because I can't stay away from you." Her breath hitched. For the first time, she saw truth in his eyes. This wasn't just mafia obsession. It was love. It happened on a rainy night. They argued. YN accused him of ruining her freedom. Jungkook accused her of not seeing how much he cared. "You think I don't know how strong you are? You built an empire, but I can't stop myself from protecting you. Because." He broke off, fists trembling. "Because what?" she whispered. His voice dropped, raw and desperate. "Because I love you. Damn it, I'm in love with you." Silence. Only rain against the window. YN's heart pounded, her anger dissolving into something warmer. She stepped closer, whispering, "Say it again." Jungkook cupped her face, his lips brushing hers. "I love you." And when their lips finally met, it wasn't just a kiss. It was fire meeting fire, two broken worlds colliding into one. At a grand party where both worlds collided, businessmen and mafia lords in the same hall, YN stood beside Jungkook, her hand in his. When someone tried to humiliate her, Jungkook's cold voice silenced the room. "She is my wife, the queen of this empire. Anyone who disrespects her, disrespects me." In return, YN helped Jungkook clean parts of his world, guiding him toward legal businesses, showing him a path to power without bloodshed. He listened, only to her. One night on their penthouse balcony, city lights sparkling below, Jungkook wrapped his arms around YN's waist and whispered. "You were my debt, but now you're my destiny." YN smiled, leaning into him. "And you, Jungkook, were my mistake that became my forever." Their story wasn't just about mafia and business. It was about love powerful enough to survive two worlds, two fires, and two hearts beating as one.